So our goose friend has told us that the three wise men of Gotham went to sea in a bowl, and apparently it did not end very well.
Oh, yeah. That's not good.
Yeah. The three wise men of Gotham, they went to sea in a bowl, and if the bowl had been stronger, my song would have been longer.
Ooh.
Hi everyone, welcome to Engineering Mother Goose. My name is Darcy. I'm from the Danbury Public Library, and this is Matt. He's an engineer. He's here today to help us see if we can solve the three wise men of Gotham's problem. So we need to see if we can help them actually be able to sail on the sea without their bowl taking on water. And we do not want you swimming, so we're going to put you here.
This is basically a bowl.
Yeah.
So, it floats.
Floats. It doesn't quite float terribly well, but it is floating.
It does.
So if we put our three wise men, which we're using these little rounded marbles for. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And it went down.
Man overboard.
So that's not working too very well. So what do you think that might have been? Was it because of the shape, you think?
I think a lot of it is the shape. So when you look at a bowl, it has a rounded bottom, and all the water would normally be pushing on all sides. But as soon as you put something in it, that sets the center of balance off, which can cause it to tip past the tipping point. Once water starts going in,
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that's no good.
So having a completely rounded, equal on size surface is not going to work terribly well for us.
Not to mention, once you get waves, the bowl starts moving.
That's true. This is not exactly a good representation of the sea because there are no waves in it. We really can't do that very easily without possibly causing a miss.
So this is a different type of bowl. Now this bowl's got a flat bottom. Now the benefit to the flat bottom is that your force always meets on one area. So it will be a lot more stable. It's not going to be very stable, but it's going to be more stable than the actual bowl.
So on calm waters, that would probably work.
Yes. In fact, there used to be a type of boat that was shaped like this. It was called a curricle.
Oh, okay.
And you made it by taking a cloth and putting branches all the way around it, like little branches, and then folding the cloth inside. And it would float very well, and it was good for shallow water. So as you can see, that's better.
Yeah.
It's not great.
It's not great. It is floating, and now that we have nice, stable, still water, it's okay. But you can see one side's a little bit lower than the other. So if this got some wave action going on, there's a good chance waves could start coming over.
We will hit the tip.
Yeah. So we want something that's going to be a little bit able to keep more of an equal balance.
So one of the things that people came up with is a raft. And rafts have a huge amount of surface area, which allows you to spread out the weight, so it becomes a little easier. It's better in rough waters, better than a bowl would be, because it's buoyant. So it will fill full of water because it's flat.
Okay. So
I have a Ziploc, which is not the greatest raft ever.
No, but we're improvising here with stuff we have at home. So if we fill that full of air and then seal it up.
This is a raft, and you can see our three wise men are definitely
going along much better on this thing.
But again, it's not good for choppy water.
No. And they could very easily, if it starts rocking too much, they could very easily just topple off.
Not to mention, rafts are very finicky when it comes to balance points. So somebody can get over
and fall right off.
Because someone else got up.
We also have the problem that rafts can be punctured. So if it's got a hole inside of it, if you got a hole up on top here, well, air's going to escape, which is going to get rid of the buoyancy. If a hole happened to go in the part that's underwater, well, water's going to get in, and then we're going to sink.
Rafts are good, but not great.
So let's see if we can actually make an actual boat.
Oh. Well, for a boat, you need a hull.
Plastic water bottle.
Okay.
So since we are actually cutting things and using sharp objects, this is something that is best done by an adult. So if you're younger, this is not something you want to try by yourself.
So this is basically a canoe.
Yeah.
So it floats. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It has some problems.
Yeah, but it is staying upright.
So once we start adding our wise men,
as you can see, it is staying upright. It's keeping its center balance pretty good. Everyone's sitting happily in their canoe and they're not getting wet. But canoes are really good in, again, still water. Maybe with a little bit of rapids, but not too much. You probably do not want to be taking a canoe out into the sea.
Well, the problem with canoes, and you're right, you don't want to take them out into the sea. The problem with canoes is they go this way very easily, but they also go this way very easily. And you don't like that. That's not good with a boat.
No.
So in order to stop this kind of motion, you need to add a keel,
Okay.
which keeps the boat pointed in one direction.
Well, we can add a keel, maybe using this bit here that we cut off, but we also have cardboard and we have craft sticks.
I think the craft sticks would make for a great keel.
So I'm thinking the cardboard might get a little too wet.
Keels run the length of the boat, and that keeps it flowing nicely this way,
Instead of going side to side.
and keeps it from moving side to side. So now we have a keel, and as we can see, this motion is a lot harder now, but this is still very easy.
Here we go. Woo! This is working pretty good. We're getting still a little bit of rocking, so if we had some waves, we get a little bit of motion going on. But the keel seems to be kind of helping that too. And if you had, I'm assuming, a deeper keel,
Yep.
you would have even more resistance going side to side, and probably more resistance to rocking as well.
Absolutely,
Right?
yep. But you run the risk of scraping the bottom.
That's why pirates couldn't actually get their boats close into shore. They had to dock a ways out and then take longboats in order to get to shore, because the big boats they used, the keels were too deep, and if they came close, they would have damaged the boat.
That's right.
So, like that.
Pirates?
Pirates! Great timing, guys. So there are also other ways we can make boats.
Yep.
Because even though a lot of boats use keels, there are others that use different methods.
Oh, the outriggers.
Yeah. Those are pretty cool.
So those are outrigger canoes, and they are actually, they work on the same principle that a raft does, where you spread out the surface area of your boat and you get stability.
For that, we need almost like another canoe attached to the side.
Yeah.
But luckily, we have another drinking bottle. But we do need attachments.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So now,
So it's now very stable. So outrigger provides stability. It adds more surface area. So for the single canoe, the center of balance was right around here.
Yeah.
But for this, the center of balance is now here.
yeah. And if we wanted, we could even attach another one on the other side and give the center balance back to the middle, but we would have a wider area.
Which makes it harder to tip.
Exactly. So these would have been designed so that you could go on rough water and your boat wouldn't tip over. So there are multiple ways that we can help our three wise men of Gotham so that they don't have a...
Bowl accident.
Yeah. So can you think of other ways that you can help make a boat and design a boat so that your three stones do not sink? Give it a try and see what you come up with. Thank you for joining us and have fun. Bye, everyone.